Well, we shall see where the Jewish Internet Defense League stands alongside or against Jim Profit, how they react to this post I made, where they are saying we're supposed to flag Westboro Baptist Church for hate speech and anti-Semitism. Now, mind you, Westboro Baptist Church does not believe that Jews are going to heaven and that Jews are of God, because they are militant Christians. So they believe if you don't accept Christ as your Lord and Savior, you are bound for hell. There is no chosen people. There is no, chosen race. There is none of that. Obviously, they're not for Judaism. Now, I'm not going to get into that, because that does not matter. The point that matters is that the Jewish Internet Defense League's job is to protect Jews, and by extension, other people, in regards to protection from bullying and hate speech and things from other people. Now, you might think that that's every reason to go after Westboro, but in fact it isn't. It's the opposite, because Westboro is not at fault here. Westboro is by no means capable of bullying anyone. They do not have the power to bully anyone. If you're going to go after anybody, you go after Facebook directly. Don't worry about Westboro and what they post on Facebook. Worry about Facebook in and of itself. Because Facebook decides who can and can't post on Facebook, which is fucking ridiculous. Facebook is a corporation. They are not just a website. And I know that everyone seems to think that there is no accountability whatsoever for websites. But to the point where Facebook is a public institution, and when you get banned from Facebook, you lose a lot of opportunities. A lot of jobs want to see you have a Facebook. A lot of friends communicate on Facebook. Facebook offers coupons and other incentives for different businesses and stuff to interact with Facebook. And all of that is ignored if Facebook, declines your activity. If Facebook decides that you're not worthy of posting on Facebook, you lose a lot of access to modern civilization. Facebook is the closest thing right now to the mark of the beast. If you don't have a Facebook, you're basically living under a rock. And who has that kind of authority? Who should have that kind of authority? That is just beyond the pale. There is no excuse for that in the world. And where is the JIDF going to stand on that? Who's the bully here? Is it Westboro for saying some things we don't like, or is it Facebook for being able to decide what we do and don't like? Facebook can decide who can and who can't post. That, to me, seems much more bullying than Westboro just holding up signs that says God hates spags or whatever. You might not agree with Westboro. You might not like what Westboro says. What Westboro says might be offensive, authentically, and it might hurt people's feelings. But are they of any direct threat to you and your life? No. But Facebook is. Facebook can affect your relationships. Facebook can affect your job. Facebook can affect your accessibility to coupons and shopping. If I want to be able to get a price reduction on, say, some hookah, and they say, well, like us on Facebook and you can get $5 off your next purchase. I can't get $5 off my next purchase because I don't have a Facebook, and the Facebook I did have is deleted. So what? Fuck me? Fuck me, because Facebook decided I'm not capable of having a Facebook. So they're taking from me. They are literally stealing money out of my pocket because for whatever reason, Jim Profit is not worthy of having a Facebook, but such and such is. That's not bueno. That is not something I'm willing to tolerate, and neither should you. And that's why those stupid fucking lawyers need to just give up their job and go wash cars or something for a living. Because that is discrimination. That is more blatant discrimination than fucking anything Westboro has done. Westboro can talk all day long, but their discrimination does not actually affect you in the physical world. Facebook's discrimination does. What are you going to do about it? And even if it didn't, let's say Facebook's discrimination did not entail, losing business opportunities and stuff, which it does, and that's a big does. even if it didn't, it would still be greater discrimination, because as a huge social networking site, you are not entitled to posting on it, which in turn infringes upon you, far more than Westboro saying you're going to hell. I'm sure you've heard that at some point in your life from some militant Christian before. You'll get over it. But to say that we need to worry about fucking Westboro instead of, these people actually affecting our lives makes whoever is behind this a coward. You are a coward if you go after Westboro and not Facebook directly. Because Facebook is the one that controls this whole sector. And if Facebook is responsible for who can and can't post, then it should be Facebook held accountable for the hate speech. Because Facebook could have easily dealt with that by now. But they haven't, because they'd rather harass other people. They'd rather be dictating other people. They have time to delete other people over other shit whenever they deem fit. But they don't have time to, ban or delete people actually harassing children, stalking, and things like that. So what websites need to understand is that their job isn't to control the environment. I don't give a fuck what they think they own. I don't give a fuck what they think they're entitled to. You keep the law as the law. If it isn't against the law, you need to keep your fucking hands off my account or anybody else's account. That's just the way it is. That's how it works in a free society. I don't care where you live, anyone would tell you that. So, not only are you a bully and a terrorist, a fascist thug, but you're breaking the law. Because even, let's say you were doing something illegal, because in some countries anti-Semitism is against the law, and in some states hate speech is much more punished than in other states. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that you were doing something illegal, posting illegal content, posting illegal graphics, whatever. Wouldn't it be considered an obstruction of justice to tamper with that evidence? If someone, say, posts child pornography, and you delete it, you've deleted the evidence, and therefore, no charges can be pressed. So, that makes you an assistant to that crime. You've assisted that person in getting off scot-free. So why do you let moderators do whatever the fuck they want to? Why is the law not seeing this, that by letting moderators run amok and run the internet like a fucking Wild West, we're doing more harm than if you just let people say what they want to say, no matter how offensive it is, no matter how much you don't like it, no matter how much the moderators don't like it. It's not your fucking problem. Do you believe in freedom or don't you? Because if you let moderators do whatever they want to you, you don't believe in freedom. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you excuse it. I don't care if you're a libertarian, a Democrat, a Republican, free markets, socialism. I don't fucking care. If you let moderators tell other people what they can and cannot say, you don't believe in freedom. You're worse than the fucking Taliban that make women cover themselves from head to toe. It's just that simple. So you need to decide for yourself right now. Because if you ask me, I'm going to say that every single moderator is assisting to crime right this minute. Because any sort of illegal content that's posted, if they tamper with it, that is violating the justice system. They are violating the police's opportunity to look into it and to investigate criminal activity, because they're making their jobs harder by covering up the evidence. For whatever reason. Maybe they don't like what's being posted. Maybe they think they can. Maybe they don't want to make their website look bad. Whatever, the point is they don't have the right to do it, any more than I have the right to take a knife out of a building that was used to stab somebody and just took the evidence away. It's the same fucking thing. So, you need to think about that. You need to think about that very hard, because I am willing to say in court that every single moderator is assisting to a crime, and that every single moderator is much more guilty of internet bullying, censorship, hate speech, and discrimination than any sort of, bigot out there. Westboro Baptist Church is nothing compared to the moderator, because Westboro Baptist Church cannot be. Physically, they cannot be. So it's an objective principle. Whatever Westboro says is nothing compared to what Facebook can do. So go after Facebook. I have a lot of respect for the JIDF, but this would make me lose a lot of respect for them if they're going to just go after Westboro instead of what they should be really going after. They have a lot of influence within the Jewish community, and they should be using that influence to go after the real perpetrators. And I believe they can. I believe that together we can actually hold Facebook accountable. And they can fucking, write a check out of the multi-billions they have as compensation to all the losses that people have received because of them. Like me, who's lost my Facebook account and has lost my opportunities to, whatever sales are going on and shit. That is actual discrimination. That is actual bullying. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Are you going to represent me, JIDF? Or are you going to represent the intangible person that does not exist and happen to be offended because Westboro said something that might have hurt their abstract feelings, because we're talking about imaginary people here? So think about that for a little while.